Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Gauranga. Gauranga, welcome everybody. Hey, we got our sound system going again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gaurachandra, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nimai Pandit, Nadia is my Lord and Master. Vishvambara, 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 Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana. Okay, oops, jeez. Okay, what do we got here? Krishna. Hare Krishna, Gauranga, welcome. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Let's do this one. Where's this? Oh, I know what to do. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nityananda, Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nimai Pandit of Nadia, Nimai Pandit of Nadia, Nimai, Satinanda, Jaya Satinanda, Jaya Satinanda, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Nityananda Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gaura Krishna, 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 Radhe 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 Radha, Gaura Krishna, Radha, Gaura Krishna, Radha, Gaura Krishna, Radha, Gaura Krishna, Radhe. Krishna Gauranga Nityananda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hari 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 Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Okay, chanting japa here, everybody. Gotta get my equipment going, right? Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Trapped. I'm trapped. My equipment, I can't get out. Okay, I'll be right back. Better get some more equipment. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Rama. There we go. Okay. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama. Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Rama, Hare Gora, Krishna, Gora, Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Gaura Chandra, Shri Advaita, Nityananda, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Nityananda, Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Krishna, 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 oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Radha. Radha, 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 Radhe, 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 Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Radha, Radha, Krishna, Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. It's nice to see devotees like Fanny getting the mercy. Isn't it nice? Beautiful. Shows you Krishna is real and true and beautiful and wonderful. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, what are we going to get here? I don't know, maybe some Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada's books. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing. Srila Prabhupada's books are so valuable, and it's amazing. Even the devotees who don't understand them appreciate them, or they use them, for their, they with material motivation, stuff, they use them because there's power there. That's why, when I started preaching, I've noticed that some people would come and they knew there was power here, there was potency here, and they come to try to get it and steal it. See, kind of like Johann, and they come here. They know there's some power here, but they come here with the wrong mentality. They don't learn, they don't understand because they're not devotees. See, they're not devotees yet. But the Lord is merciful, and eventually, you see, like Putana wasn't a real devotee yet. She was a false devotee, a false follower. But she came close to Krishna, and eventually, very quickly, Krishna purified her, and she became a real devotee instead of a false one. That's the purification. Yeah. So people sense there's power here. They sense there's power in Prabhupada's books. You may not understand them, or maybe understand them a little bit, or something. But people come because they sense there's spiritual potency there. See, like that. So they can. So the offensive stage is you use the holy name, which is those Prabhupada books are the holy name because it's the book Bhagavad. It's the devotee. It's the the book incarnation of Krishna. So it's a holy name, holy pastimes, holy truths, and like this. And so they chant these books, or they read these books with offenses. The offenses as, they want to use this for their own gain, material gains. This is like these, yeah. So anyway, that's there too. So the main thing is they're spiritual potent. Okay? And the devotee Bhagavad, if they're empowered by the Lord, the true transcendental Lord, they'll increase that potency. Instead of chanting these verses with poison in them, see, poison of inconclusiveness and speculations and all of that stuff, they'll chant them as they are, because of their purification in the heart. See, to those who this Srimad Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. It's understood by those who are fully pure in heart. See, first canto, first chapter, second verse. They just start right off with these truths. Yeah, so when your heart is purified by this bhakti, this is what the world needs to know now, is they have to see the power of this bhakti. Aha, if Lalita is coming, then she must have something important. No, whoop. She's not ready to give us darshan yet. Okay, you can set the background there. Yeah, to increase the I forgot what was I saying? Does anybody remember what I was saying? It was an accident. No problem. We'll get you on there a little bit. Yeah. So the devotee Bhagavat, see, brings the full strength of the Bhagavatam. That's why there's deliverance. You notice? Because Shukadev Goswami was empowered by the transcendental potency. He was a real intimate associate of the Lord. See? And he spoke the Bhagavatam. See, he spoke it. And through the hearing of Maharaj Parikshit, what happened? The divine result, the fruit of devotion to God, awakened in his heart after only 7 days. And he was qualified to go back to Godhead because of that. So the whole thing with love of Krishna is is lack of that understanding that you need an actual devotee Bhagavat, not the fakes, not the spiritual masters who don't have this ecstatic love. Their heart is not purified by this ecstatic. They don't even know what it is. They don't know its full glories. So they have to learn that from actual devotees who are experiencing these things. And you can see, like that's why you see there's purification that has to be done here. Because if you don't, you won't be able to appreciate this. If you're not getting purified, you'll be like, look at Johann. He's preaching something else, like Lalita pointed out. She heard the thing, and he's preaching all these things to justify his position, to be guru, basically. He says, "Oh, you don't need the association of a devotee." I mean, can you imagine it, Johann, if you're watching, or any of your friends over there? If you can understand this point, what you say is not logical. It's not even intelligent at all. You're saying like, well, we don't, I don't, he's basically talking about himself. I don't need an ecstatic devotee, even though he admits that he was awakened by an ecstatic devotee. Okay? I don't need that because this so-and-so didn't have that. Yeah, it's true. It's true what he says. There are some devotees that don't need and I've been preaching this. I've been preaching this from the very beginning. If you come into this life and you pick up a Bible like I did, like Bhakti Vinod did, you pick up Chaitanya Charitamrita like Bhakti Vinod did, like Gaur Hari Das did, and ecstatic devotion, awakens spontaneously, then you fulfilled this in another life. Okay? But if you come in and you claim, I mean, he claims to have been awakened here, right? He's and so he's claimed to be awakened, and therefore he this is the Mayavadi. Prabhupada, he kicked the devotee off the sand dune. He said, "Don't do this to me." In Juhu Beach, he knocked him down to make his point with his cane. He knocked the devotee and he tumbled down. He showed, you fall down, man. You fall down when you do this. When you get rid of your bhakti guru, when you reject your bhakti guru, you never reject your bhakti guru. See, that's Mayavadis. They do that all the time. They become enlightened and they say, okay, now I'm one with guru, I'm one with the world, I'm one with everything. Therefore, I don't need you anymore. And so they have no affection, no love for their guru even. That's him. He's stuck in the Mayavadi trap. He's got no love for the devotees here. So is that even logical? You get awakened by a spiritual master, and then you reject the association of your guru and the other Vaishnavas here. These amazing, if you watch Lalita's class and Govinda coming on there, and you see these sweet, beautiful relations, and even they're trying to help Johann, he doesn't even care. That's the Mayavadi plan. That's the trap. See, so you guys don't want to follow it, because if you get into his association with his friends, you will lose affection for Vaishnavas. You will become like them. You become like who you associate with. That's the danger. Yeah, that's why I've been making this point, because if you don't get it, you might just wander, into that association and wonder and think, well, I don't care about that. Yeah, because of you're taking intimate association by hearing. See, there's a Kalya spirit working through Johann, and people like that. Actually, through all of these gurus, if they're not self-realized, if they're not Bhagavad Gita 10:10 in person, if they're not Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second verse, in person. Their hearts are purified by this loving prema, ecstasy. There's going to be some kalya in them, and there's going to be some poison in their speaking, because they're going to put themselves as guru like they do, and their concepts
See, and their kata is going to be inconclusive, and that's the poison. See that, therefore they're not delivered. They're stuck there because they reject guru. They reject Vaishnavas. Can you imagine rejecting this association, Fanny? You know, this beautiful association with these pure-hearted, jewel-like devotees? That's called aparad. You lack affection. Isn't that the essence? People, they lack affection for real Vaishnavas who have the real spiritual potency. That's the whole thing. That's why the opinions of those devotees differ from others, because most people in religion, in Vaishnava religion, are contaminated by their misconceptions, their misunderstanding. See, they miss the mark. You want to get the mark, you got to shoot the arrow of conclusive truth into the hearts of others, and they get purified, and after a while, they become self-realized. See, they realize the real self because the real self awakened is born in them, Krishna, as a baby. You feed the baby, get increasingly purified, increasingly clear about what is real and what is eternal, and also what is false. You see people speculate. You don't, just like the Lord doesn't like it. He said, this is not my food. It's like a little baby. You give him food that he doesn't want, he spits it out. You become like that. You become protected by that baby Krishna. You don't like that food. You don't like speculation. You don't like those little Johans who reject their guru and real Vaishnavas. The little Christian in your heart now wants to be around his real mother and fathers. You know, like the village of Vrindavan, they passed baby Krishna around, you know, to people who actually love him. Not want to kill him. You know, you kill. You know, Johan's like taking a knife, and they're all doing this. All those gurus are doing it. Every one of them. They're taking a knife and they're sticking it in Krishna like this. His by inconclusive misrepresentation, by speaking poison that they're gurus, that you can worship them. That's inconclusive, man. If you got no prema, they're not worshipable. You know, you guys are blind followers and blind leaders. You know, the blind leading the blind. Just like Jesus said, man, your eyes are not open. See, your spiritual eye is not open. The eye of devotion is not open. Pure devotion gives us real sight to actually see the real Krishna, to see the real conclusion, to relish the real conclusion of the absolute truth of Guru Tattva, that your guru should not be an idol, and you go and worship these gurus and you're idling away your time. You're not going anywhere, man. You ever have a car and you stick it in idle, you put your foot on the gas, where do you go? Nowhere. That's what people are doing in spiritual life. They're going nowhere. You know, they make it to the platform of Vaidhi and they start worshiping the Lord, you know, like with rituals and all that. But if you don't attain the ecstatic devotion, you're not moving along. You stay there. That's why Vaidhi Bhaktas die Vaidhi Bhaktas. They're going nowhere, you know, nowhere else. You know, they stay in the Vaidhi platform. See, why? Because their gurus are going nowhere. Their gurus can't get above that because they need shiksha. They need an experienced devotee who is relishing devotional mellows. Hasn't that been the essence of the truth from the beginning of Lord Chaitanya's teaching? And nobody understands it but us. Radhakund Babajis don't understand it. Narayan Raj didn't understand it. ISKCON doesn't understand it. But we understand it. How do you know we understand it? Because the Lord gives us that mercy, and he doesn't give any of those persons that mercy. I've never seen it. Never seen it in any of the disciples of Narayan Raj. What you see here. And then you see them going against this, which means they're they contaminated in their hearts because they're adverse. They're adverse to pure devotional service. They're adverse to ecstatic worship that's sincere and genuine and spontaneously given to us to share and distribute around. This is the distribution phase now. That's like in Bitcoin, in crypto. It's the same thing. There's the accumulation phase. I'll show you how this relates to bhakti. See, Johann can't understand any of this. You see, no, this ain't material at all. Everything is related to Krishna. Matter of fact, it makes us help us understand how Krishna works. Yeah, in crypto or digital assets. That's the word. Forget crypto. That means hidden. Now it's digital assets is the new word. Digital assets. In digital assets, there's a phase they call the accumulation phase. So Krishna went through this accumulation phase. See, digital assets are very valuable. People are learning to know that on the monetary level, on the financial level. Digital assets. Everybody's going to digital assets. Okay. So it's value. See, store of value, it's valuable. So there's an accumulation where you accumulate this wealth. Yeah. So Krishna was like that too. He was born. See, he was born a king or a prince. He was born a prince or a king, whatever you want. But he was born a prince. That's better. He likes being a prince better. So yeah. And so as a prince, he's in accumulation phase. Now he wants to get this bhakti. He wants to grow. He wants his wealth to grow. Could he do it in Mathura? Could he do it? See, Mathura was like ISKCON. Crazy homeless lady. They talk to themselves a lot. That's ghosts they got in them. Yeah. Could he accumulate that wealth in Mathura? Mathura was like ISKCON. Like all of these groups, their leaders were inexperienced devotees, inexperienced persons acting like spiritual leaders. And that was Kamsa. Kamsa was a hypocritically devout person. He was inside his heart was still a materialist, but he appeared to be a very religious king. Even Jarasandha believed in him. Jarasandha went against Krishna because he believed, he had faith in Kamsa. And therefore he became, by that association and that faith in a demon, he became known as a demon, even though he was a pious person. You see, he was worshiping Vishnu like you ISKCON devotees, man, like you Narayan Raj devotees, worshiping Krishna. You never heard these concepts before. They're very true. They're all in the Bhagavatam, but they can't see them, just like Johann can't see anything we preach. It's all esoteric, just like it said there. That Lalita read this morning, esoteric, and these common people, their eyes are blinded. They cannot, because they don't follow the process taught here. You become a disciple and a friend of Guru, and then you can understand. That's why many people can understand what I say here, because in your heart, you're a disciple and friend. See? Jarasandha became known as a demon because he believed in demons. He believed in the hypocritically devout. That's the ones who serve the Putana. That's the Johans. See, he serves the Putana and the Kalya, the speculation. He acts as a false representative. See, this is not true. He's not an intimate associate of Krishna. He's not an intimate associate of Lalita, like he says, Lalita and Vishaka. No, they look at him. Who's going to defend that? Who's going to defend Lalita and Vishaka? They're in the unseen watching this bullshit going on, and that's why I feel inspired to say, hey, Johann, you're fucking full of shit. You're full of shit, man. How dare you profane these things? You reject your guru, you reject the Vaishnavas here, you have no affection for the Vaishnavas here, and you dare to say you're an intimate association of Lalita? Here you go, man, that's for you. Up your fucking ass, you piece of shit. How dare you? You profane them. You are an insult to real Krishna consciousness. That goes for all these fuckers, man. They're an insult to the absolute truth. They don't please Prabhupada at all. That's why they got no ecstatic devotion. You see, you guys, even though I curse, because it's true, this stuff. They're pieces of shit in the eyes of God, the true God. What is different between my preaching and St. Paul's? He said the same thing. You Pharisees, you ISKCON gurus and Brahmins and sannyasis, your fucking rules and regulations and your fastings, and your ceremonies are like filthy rags before the real Lord. They're dirty, man. Your clothes are dirty. Your hands are full of blood because you can't deliver people and you claim to be. You are fucking idols. Yeah, it's true. Moses said, thou shalt not put any idols before me, before the Lord, the true Lord. And they do that and they wonder why I get angry. You know? Doesn't the Lord get angry about shit like that? You fuckers out there, misrepresenting the Lord. You Johans there saying, it's a fucking lie. You're no intimate associate of Vishaka. How dare you even say that, you prick, you asshole, you dirty piece of shit. That's what it is, man. He's a dirty piece of shit. And people listen to them. The crows, the bottom feed, the garbage eaters go over there. But not on my watch are you going to pull that shit off. At least here, people will listen to the truth. See? You don't want to go over there. You'll be like Jarasandha. Even with your rules and regulations, you go to all these groups, man. All these groups. You go to ISKCON and all that, you're like Jarasandha, man. These guys are hypocritically devout. They ain't no fucking spiritual masters. They got no ecstatic devotion. The books say, who's going to defend Prabhupada's books? I get all this flack. These people hate me and all that stuff because I teach the real Prabhupada's books, and they believe in the illusions. They believe in the speculation poison of Kalya that their leaders are dishing out to you. And that's why you guys in ISKCON and the Gaudiya Samiti and the Radhakund Babajis have no ecstatic devotion. No, you can't chant the holy name like we show you and Lord Chaitanya shows you, and you can't even see that because, you see it here and you reject it. That means the Lord has rejected you. You reject the real Lord, you're destroyed by coming back again. You're gonna not be saved. You're not going to be transcendental to this illusion, man. What do you think we're here for? We're here. What is our fault? We show you. The Lord is showing. I can't do this on my own. Lalita can't do it on her own. None of us can. Govinda can't do it on their own. It's the spontaneous love of God, man, because it's been given to us to distribute. Now we're in a distribution phase. See, there was the accumulation phase, like in crypto. You get the wealth. Circling back now. Krishna went to Vrindavan to accumulate more wealth, to grow up. You notice he grew up there and got into the level of Gopi Bhav. Well, not Gopi Bhav. Loving the devotees on the highest level there. The mature level, the what do you call that? Level of conjugal. See? So he powered up. He got all this wealth and he thought, let's go distribute it a little bit. So he goes back to Mathura to confront these hypocritically devout people. It's always like that. Same thing with the Lord. He went to Navadvip and he preached. Lord Chaitanya, he went to Navadvip and he preached for a while, and he got some followers, but a lot of people were against him, the Brahmins and all that, the hypocritically devout ones. They had no transcendental affection for the Lord, right? You heard that this morning in Lalita's class. Many people didn't have. That was the student community. So the Lord goes to South India and powers up, man. There, the people were more open to his word and his teachings. And he just relished ecstatic love and powered up, man. He was in accumulating this bhakti phase. And then he went back to Navadvip and to Puri, where all these, look at those fuckers over there. Yeah, they were fuckers, man. You know what a fucker is? Oh, this is a piece of shit Brahmin. Oh, you got no Hindu body. You can't go and see Lord Jagannath. Fuck you, Brahmins like that, even to this day. Fuck you. Fuck you. You keep people from seeing the real God. Fuck you. It even says Jesus went there and he said, fuck you, Brahmins, man. Fuck you, fuckers. Man, how dare you keep people from going to see God? How dare you fucking people misrepresenting the Lord? What did Jesus say? Get these fucking business people out of the temple. Give me my fucking whip, man, and hey, whip, and overturn the tables. That's the real God. That's the one you haven't seen yet. Oh, maybe you have. So always, what did they say? Guru is one. Why? Because Krishna is one. And the real guru is a real devotee of Krishna. Therefore, they get fucking angry when they see bullshit going on in this world, and they're ready to deliver some people out of this bullshit and this crap people are living in. And they use a thorn to pluck out the thorn. Here, wiping his ass, man. His ass is in his mouth now. You ever see that? There's a picture. I think Andromeda put it up there. The person's ass was in his mouth. That's what you get when you go to these people, man. You get shit, dirt. Yeah. You know what Bhakti Vinod said? He said, anger should be used in Krishna's service. See, that's what the book says now. And that's what he said there. Because he got very angry too. He chastised that Mayava. He didn't like it, man. He put that fucker in jail to rot, who died in jail. This fucker was imitating God. He got angry. And then in his book it says, a devotee should use their anger. It just happens. It's just natural when you're a spontaneous devotee. A devotee spontaneously uses their anger for Krishna's service. So you can criticize everything here that I've said. Ooh, look at that anger. I say you're blinded. People are blinded, man. They can't see. Oh, are we using this in Krishna's service, by the way? Was I angry on the account of my body or Krishna's body and the body of real devotees? Yeah. So that's the pastimes of the Lord. That's why, if you don't become a disciple, how can you understand what I'm saying? How can you understand these emotions? Huh? How can you understand it? You just go right into your illusion. Oh, he got angry. Oh, he got angry. Well, what's wrong with him, man? Because I see in the world, anybody getting angry, they get polluted and they pollute others, and Gohari must be polluting others. No, there's a different result here for sure. It's just like saying, Nishingadev, when he got angry, there was no purification for the world. He killed the demon that way. See, he kills the demons. The same thing with Jesus. Oh, when he got angry and he called those fucking Pharisees vipers and snakes. You vipers and snakes, he said, I'm very angry. And he overturned the tables and got a whip and whipped those fuckers. Oh, that Jesus, look at him. And the Pharisees, and that's why a lot of people, if you believe in Pharisees, you believe in these ISKCON gurus and these fuckers out there, they just fuck you, man. And you believe in them. They have no ecstatic devotion. They cannot transmit even a lick of it. Narayan Maharaj didn't give any ecstatic devotion to anybody because he obviously didn't have it. Yeah. You don't have it, you can't deliver it, man. It's like, it's so fucking logical, man. I'm a that's hypocritical, man. Oh, I'm a Raghunuga spontaneous devotee on the level of Rupa Goswami, and we're preaching Raghunuga Bhakti. We're preaching ecstatic devotion, but don't let us see any tears, because you got to wipe them like me. You got to just see this. You got to imagine that, wow, my guru is in such ecstasy, and he's taking a big effort to hold it back. That's what I saw every fucking time, every year, for a year and a half of watching those classes. That's hypocritical, man. You call a spade, man. That's why you guys, you Narayan Raj devotees, have no devotion, man. No ecstatic devotion. All you have a bunch of, unprocessed concepts that are full of speculations, because you have no real devotion. You cannot understand these things. Big hole. Maybe up here. Get screwed up there. Lord, all the devotees, they have different moods, and one of them, especially in preaching, is this anger thing. Yeah. Look at, what do you think? Let the elephantine offenses flee from the loud shouts of Lord Chaitanya. It's right there in the scriptures. What does that mean, man? You only shout. You notice when Gaur Hari Das is angry here, right? Doesn't he shout? So shouting thing, What is the shouting about? The elephantine offenses. See, we blow a big wind there, and maybe some will be knocked out. That's why, you have to be called to hear this preaching, and otherwise you will reject it. When Jesus was preaching these hard teachings, if you weren't a devotee of Jesus, you would leave. And they did. They left. There were 50 people. They were so-called disciples, but not really. They came with other motives. And then 11 stayed after Jesus, did his tough teachings, and it showed they didn't really believe. They left, And Jesus said to the 11 who stayed, you see, they were real devotees. And to those 11 that stayed, he said, why are you hanging around? Why aren't you going with those other 50 people? Don't you believe in the herd? The herd mentality? He said, no. They said, no, you have the words of life. We're staying. See, therefore they became saints, and the others became fucked, because they lost faith in a real devotee. That's Johan's position. He never really had any. Well, maybe in the beginning he had a little bit, and then he channeled and funneled all that to a false ego identification. And now it's getting so large. It's so ridiculously large. He's so ridiculously, obviously offensive to Guru and the Vaishnavas. We're going to make it so clear that even a dumbass donkey will understand. A dumbass donkey like himself, a dunce, person who is not even in, he's in the back of the class. He always tried to put himself in the front of the class, just like that Tamal Krishna was like that. You can ask Gauri Das Pandit he knew all these things. He saw this guy. He saw this guy was insincere follower of Prabhupada, man. And that became your leaders. That's why you guys are fucked, man. Anybody who believes in these guys the guy is big false ego, man. And hypocritical and a liar and a cheater. You're all like that, man, because you offend the Mahabhagavat, Srila Prabhupada, by misrepresenting him. He always wanted, you can go look at all the old videos. I'm not saying anything. You always see Tamal Krishna. He knew the video is rolling, and he always went in front of Prabhupada. That's what you all do. That's what Johan's doing. He wants to go in front of the Guru. And Tamal Krishna was one like that. He went in front of the Guru. See, he was responsible for disbanding the Radha Damodar party, that bus program, that wonderful program. You can ask if correct me, David Beeman, if I'm wrong, because he was around there, but I think he was influential in disbanding that. Probably wanted to use the money like a Judas, use the money for their own gains. I'm telling you, there's so much shit in this Krishna consciousness movement. So much crap that needs to be purified. It needs to be dumped and flushed down the toilet. Otherwise, this disciplic line is finished, man. It's not going anywhere. It cannot go anywhere. Nobody can represent Prabhupada's books except in the Sangha, which proves that we represent Prabhupada's books. You listen up, you ISKCON person. You listen up, you Narayan Raj. You listen up, you guys who claim to be Vaishnavas. What proves that we represent Prabhupada's books is because Lord Chaitanya's mercy is distributed here. Yeah, the ecstatic devotion that Lord Chaitanya brought here 550 years ago is redistributed now. We've already done the accumulation stage. I spent years and years speaking to an empty camera in ecstasy to get to this point, to accumulate much wealth so I can bust your balls, you assholes. Bust your bullshit lies. Had to accumulate a lot of wealth of Krishna's, ecstatic service to do this, man. And we're coming back to the Mathura, the abode of Vaidhi Bhaktas being oppressed by these fucking leaders, man, who have no ecstatic devotion. And your time is up, man. That time, your time is finished. It's time for the apocalypse, which begins with these kind of lips. Man. Boom, bam, wham. Govinda said when was shouting the other day, the dog was fully attentive listening. Much better situated than you, Johan. Johan, you piece of shite. Freddie says, so much shit is going on. The sewers get blocked and then come see. Exactly. It's called Roto-Rooter, man. You got to call calling Roto-Rooter, man. That's what Prabhupada, after years of it, see this accumulation phase. I never thought of being a guru. I never thought of doing stuff like this. All I was doing is I didn't know I just was, just relishing the pastimes of the Lord in ecstasy, man, day after day, year after year. I was in the accumulation phase, man. And then there's a distribution phase. You see, even digital assets work the same way. Same way. Or stocks and bonds, same thing. There's an accumulation. You buy it when it's cheap, And so I was buying when it was cheap. I was the first one buying because it was cheap. I had the Lord Chaitanya's mercy. It was given to me cheaply. It was free. I mean, spontaneously. I got Jesus's mercy and I got Lord Chaitanya's mercy because, it was cheap, but it's not cheap. It's the most valuable treasure in the world. But for me, it was cheap, man. I could just pick up the books and pick up the name and I could accumulate. This wealth was just storing the value. See, it's a great store of value. Krishna holds it for you. Just accumulate to now you got so much wealth, you distribute it, right? Wealth of understanding. You notice been distributing all this understanding. You hear this from Jaipataka? You hear this from Narayan Raj? You ever hear them shout like this? Have you ever seen them cry with tears like this? No, because they can't do it. They didn't even get in the accumulation phase. See, you guys are in the accumulation phase, and you're powering up. Krishna's holding all this bhakti for you, Fanny. All these feelings, Janaki, you're getting, right? You're accumulating. Janaki knows about that. She's in the accumulation phase. And after a while, she's going to confront that Bhagavan and all these, and their old guru there, the guy that looks like a ghost, the ghostly looking guy, writes all these bullshit books, Just, after a while, you're in, you go in the distribution phase of these truths and all that stuff. Freddie's in the accumulation phase. See? Now he's getting a little bit in distribution, I noticed. 19 people. Ah, that's great. Good. Yeah. Okay, I didn't even get into anything yet. What do we got here? Well, let's do the Bhagavatam, the second verse here. Questions by the sages, first canto, chapter 1, second verse. Ah, nice long purport on the first verse. Completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavat Purana propounds the highest truth. See? So what is the fault in Gaur Haridas's preaching here? Yeah, he shouts, he curses, he does all that. But what is the heart of the matter? What is the essence of this preaching? It's Bhagavatam, isn't it? Completely rejecting materially motivated devotional service that these fuckers are doing, right? Completely rejecting, completely. Do you see a person here acting like the Bhagavatam? Why? Because the Bhagavatam is Krishna, and if you're an intimate associate, that's proving it, is you will act like the Bhagavatam. And that is what purifies people, because that's what brings up all the garbage, right? You know, all the garbage, all these people oppose the absolute truth. And when they hear the real story, you know, you actually hear it. You come here, you'll be attentive. Even if you're a demon, you'll be like really looking at this, man, because we animate this Bhagavatam. We supplement it with the absolute truth. We make it clear, man, completely. Do you see Gauri? Completely rejecting materially motivated religion of Istan and Johann. Oh, they rhyme. History repeats itself by rhyming. Johann and ISKCON. You know, you could see still a Vaidhi Bhakti. Still like on that level. Speculator, you know, that kind of thing. See, completely rejecting. What? I gotta accept religion? No, the Bhagavatam. You want to hear the real Bhagavatam? Then you gotta hear the truth of the Bhagavatam. I don't accept materially motivated religion of ISKCON or that Narayan Raj or the Radhakunis. Materially motivation in there, man. You know what the material motivation is? Wolves in sheep's clothing. You know what a wolf is sheep's clothing? Oh, I have some other concept. I have to be guru because somebody has to continue this movement. But inside, deep inside, I'm not purified. Inside, it's, oh, I would love to be worshipped like Prabhupada and real acharyas. Oh, I would love that honor, to get that honor and all that. Oh, wow. See, that's what's really going on. That's what they won't admit. That's what Johann won't admit. Ooh, I would like to be as good as Gauri. So let me act like I'm as good. And it's only an act. Can't prove it. All he proves is he's inconclusive. All he does is make real devotees angry for his benefit and purification. Absolute truth needs to be shouted from the rooftop. Everybody needs to hear it, yeah. Shouting, cussing doesn't fit in the modern Vaishnava etiquette. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, see, because we're preaching like Lord Chaitanya's devotees did, like Advaita, the shouting, you know, and preaching the truth. And Nityananda, you know, Nityananda didn't follow any etiquette. He may give some people, you know, to do that, but he doesn't give Nityananda. Nityananda broke everything. He got very angry. You know, that guy, you know, told him to go and sit in a cowshed. You know, this offensive person offended Haridas, you know, or somebody, yeah, probably Haridas, and the devotees. He was a servant of the government, and he said, "Oh, Nityananda and your followers, there are many of you. You can't stay in the house. You can't stay in the temple. Yeah, you stay in the cowshed." And what did Nityananda say? Fuck you, you asshole, man. You know what? You're gonna be cursed by not treating the devotees properly. And what's going to happen is, that people's going to come over there and they're going to get you on your misrepresenting the government even, and then they're going to cook a cow right there in your house there and degrade you, you asshole. That's what he said, like that, in anger. And that's what happened. Yeah, so the real devotees of the Lord, you want to understand Lord Chaitanya? Well, you're going to get Lord Chaitanya here. He got angry. His devotees got angry. Advaita got angry. Minikaitam Radbas showed you the anger. He got so angry at an inconclusive Brahman. You know what the inconclusiveness is? It's the same thing going around now. It's the essence of the fault. See, of the darkness. It's the essence of the darkness. This guy comes and he worships Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya on the altar, right? He's worshiping them on the altar. And then the devotee of Nityananda comes here. Means when you see a devotee, you're getting Nityananda. He gives you Nityananda. He even says, oh, you give no respect to Nityananda, you Brahmin. See, you stupid ass Brahmin, you piece of shit Brahmin. You are, you go and worship the Lord on the altar, but you don't worship Nityananda in the devotee. See, therefore, you're inconclusive. You're blind, man. You're blind. You see you don't really see. You're just getting eye exercise on the altar. The whole thing is when you're worshiping the deities on the altar in some day, in some lifetime, you got to see that Radha and Krishna, or that Nityananda and Balaram, or that Nitai Gauranga in a real devotee. If you don't do that, you're blind still. You're still in illusion. And you're not delivered. You'll be destroyed because you haven't seen your deliverer. You haven't realized they come here to deliver you by their word, by their conception preached to you, which is very clear, very clean, very purifying, very logical even. Okay? And if you don't accept them, you will be destroyed because you'll take another birth because you haven't met your maker. You haven't met your savior. Remember? See, if you meet the real Nityananda in our line, you're going to meet his servant like Minikaitam Ramdas was. Okay? And if you don't give respect to them, you're lucky if the devotee did what he did. See, to help that Brahmin, he broke his flute, man, in anger and chastised him. He says, you piece of shit, you worship the Lord on the altar. See, where's the etiquette in that Minikaitam Ramdas? This is what you ISKCON devotees need to know. This is what you Narayan Raj devotees need to know. You guys are big on etiquette, but you're not big on the absolute truth. Your lips. I'll just quote a Bible verse. This goes for you, Narayan Raj devotees, and you ISKCON devotees. Your lips worship God, but your hearts are far away from the real Lord, which we prove to the world every day. Spontaneous devotion is here in this Sangha, and far away from those guys. See? See? Throw a little Isaiah at you, man. Did any of it stick with anybody? See, it's not done. When you want to know when spaghetti is ready, you throw it against the wall if it sticks. That's what we're doing here, man. Is this spaghetti we're throwing against you? Is it sticking in anybody? If it falls out, it's not done. Go follow more rules then, and more regulations and more etiquettes for many more lifetimes, like your guru, Narayan Raj, told you. And then when the spaghetti sticks, when the word of a devotee, which is the word of the real transcendental Lord, sticks, then you're ready. Then the spaghetti is done. What is this bullshit that Freddie's giving us here? What about those who shout loudest are always right? that's kind of a Mayavadi thing there. See, the sound of silence. I had a person who was coming to listen to me, who was a big Mayavadi, big, huge Mayavadi. You know, she would even pick up some bhakti, man, but she was Mayavadi at heart. And she would speak about silence. She really loves silence. Really loves silence, to be silent. Because it's Mayavadi, they teach like that. The inner voice is heard by the inner voice. Yeah, when you hear things from the inner, see, the perfection of that is when the devotee hears that inner voice, they shout it at you so you can hear it. See, that's called mercy. That's called compassion. What good is it to hear and I hear the inner voice all the time. What do you think this preaching is there, Freddie? Spaghetti Freddie? Indeed, they work on my nerves with their silence and yeah, it's bullshit stuff. Mayavadi. Was Jesus like that? Did he just hear the silence and keep silent? No, he spoke and delivered people who believed his word. That's why you people here get delivered here when you believe this word. This word is not easy to believe. You got to get purified. You got to get through the test of the cursing and the cussing and the loud shouts and anger against the illusion. It's like, think of it like a test. When the spaghetti sticks, you are a real Italian. Exactly. You got to be a real Italian, man. Yeah. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, completely rejecting all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavad Purana, see, this truth, this Purana, this is the king of Puranas, man. This is the best of the Vedas. This is called the fifth goal of life because it teaches pure devotional service. The fifth goal of life is pure devotional service. This is why you can't see anybody who has attained the fifth goal of life until they have the symptoms of having attained the fifth goal of life, which is pure devotional service, which is prema, chanting the holy names with great ecstatic devotion, man. You become the door. See, when you become like that, you become the door to bhakti, because now you're an intimate associate of the Lord who knows things as they are. Nobody coming through that door, they don't get in to the kingdom of Krishna. If you don't have affection for devotees like Govinda and Lalita, you're a piece of shit like Johan and like these other devotees. You're just garbage, man. And if you don't admit you're garbage, how are you going to be delivered? Okay? You know, I may be garbage on the outside, but if my only saving grace is affection for devotees who are transcendentally situated, like Govinda and Lalita, you know, who have received the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Guru and Krishna, you know, those affection for these kind of devotees and liking to be around them and giving respect to them, see, it is giving respect to the Lord. The Lord is more pleased when you can give respect to real devotees who carry the real Lord, the living God inside them. You know, what is there? A doubt? You know, the Lord is, and you're giving, you know, you hypocrites out there. You can't get over hypocrisy. You give respect to the deity, you Narayan Mirage persons, you ISKCON. I'll call you by name, man. You know, we'll name you. I name the demons or those who serve the demons. Hey, you ISKCON gurus, you're serving the demon Putana, you know, by being guru, and you're not guru, man. You got no ecstatic devotion. You're not purified. How dare you take worship from people like you? You're just blind leaders, and blind followers are worshiping you. Let's call the spade a spade. See, you're not real devotees. Here you got a sangha of devotees. Many have the living God living inside them, and you give no respect. You have no affection for them. Therefore, you're contaminated, man. And until you admit that you're contaminated and you're pieces of shit, and you don't have the real mercy of the Lord like devotees are here, there's no hope for you. You will die. It'll be futile, all your study of the Vedas. It's just like Shiva will be pissing on for your mercy, just like Gohari pisses on this is called pissing on your sacrifices, simply because you don't accept the real conclusions Lord Chaitanya brought here. You don't accept the preaching of Minikaitam Ramdas, who said, you're a piece of shit, you Brahmin. I'm breaking my flute in anger to help you. See, help you. I broke the flute to show you you're a piece of shit. They're worshiping Krishna on the altar, Lord Chaitanya and Balaram on the altar, Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda on the altar. And here you're seeing Nityananda in the body, man, in the body of his devotee, man, the ecstatic potency in the body, and you don't even give respect. You didn't even give obeisances to it. See, you hypocrite. You know, you're like a half a hen, the Krishnadas or Kaviraj said himself. Half a hen. And then see, a real follower of the real devotee of Nityananda, that's why he gets the mercy. Krishna, he showed the path. That's why you get the mercy, man. You stand up for the devotee. You stand up for your guru, man. Krishnadas Kaviraj stood up for the truth of Minikaitam Ramdas. And it was his brother, probably physical brother. He said, you piece of shit, man, you worship the Lord on the altar, but then there the Lord's appearing in the body of the devotee and you can't recognize. That means you don't really see the deity. You're a piece of shit, man. Admit it. And he just got angry and all this and went on. But you know what? Who got the mercy? That person who stood up for the real Nityananda coming through the body of a real devotee. That's how auspicious it is to stand up for the name of Minikaitam Ramdas and Nityananda. See, when you stand up for the devotee, you're standing up for Nityananda, the deliverer of the universe. If you don't stand up for a real devotee, you don't bow down for a real devotee or stand up in respect for a real devotee, you are a piece of shit in the rotting array in this material world. Whether you're a demigod or demon, you're just rotting here in the false ego. That's the truth, man. You don't like it? Get the fuck out of here. You don't like hearing the truth? Either stay here and burn, baby, burn. We'll burn that false ego up really big time. It's just the truth. So I animated. Am I not telling you the truth? Just a little passion in there, peppering it up to get your attention. See how the devotee themselves is the example of deliverance, man. Krishnadas Kaviraj attained Vrindavan for standing up for the truth in the body of Minikaitam Ramdas, as Minikaitam Ramdas, as Nityananda in him. He attained Vrindavan. Nityananda came to him, see, in a dream very shortly. Oh, you stood up for my devotee, Minikaitam Ramdas. Oh, Vrindavan is given to you. That's why you stand up for your guru here, huh? You look at you. Look at Lalita, Ganga, and Govinda standing up for their guru. They've attained. Oh, Vrindavan is for you. See, pastimes are alive here. It's not staying in the fucking book here, is it? It's alive and kicking ass now because we're out of the accumulation phase and in the distribution phase. Look at you guys. Showing your recipients of the merit. Vrindavan has been given to Govinda, given to Lalita, and some others here like Fanny. You know who you are. Janaki. And some you're accumulating this wealth. You're going to be more fabulously wealthy, more than anybody on this planet, if you can get through this fire. You know, there's fire here, man. What did John the Baptist say about Jesus? The fire is even hotter than that. There's somebody coming along who's going to baptize you with fire. But not just fire. It's going to burn everything up in what? In the Holy Spirit of devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Proven in your chanting and ecstatically the pastimes in the Lord's names. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything. Yeah, I stand for this. You don't believe in this preaching? Too bad for you. Go back to snoozing because you're losing. See, this Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth. You know, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because he wasn't preaching like this, only in his books he preaches like this. He said, the Acharya usually, see, what you need is the unusually, the uncommon Acharya. See, the uncommon spiritual master, like a Jesus, like a Lord Chaitanya, like a Nityananda. It's uncommon. Like their real followers when they're preaching, like Narottam and Srinivas and Shamananda, that uncommonness. But usually the acharyas, like the recent ones, Bhaktivinoda included, and Bhaktisiddhanta and Prabhupada, they ascertain these truths that being preached here, these very deep truths, right? This is the real Bhagavatam. They ascertain the real purport of the Bhagavatam. And what do? Distribute it? No! They keep it for themselves and throw the rule book at you, throw the ceremonial book at you because of their hard hearts. That's the usual. This is the uncommon. I'm here on the order of Prabhupada and Krishna that was personally given to preach the real Bhagavatam. Not just to ascertain it myself, which I'm in the accumulation phase, that's what I was doing, but now to distribute what I've accumulated, right? You notice that in these classes? You see how it feeds the bhakti? You see how it nourishes the bhakti? See, now it's time to distribute. The truth will set you free, right? The truth about ecstatic devotion. The truth about conclusive understanding of ecstatic devotion and its value, how important it is. Without it, you're just a material motivated person. I don't care if you're a so-called guru or so-called sannyasi or Brahmin, man. You know, you're just in this maya, in this material universe. You know, the devotees, they live in the spiritual universe by serving Krishna with love and ecstasy, loving ecstasy, prema bhakti. That's how they stay in the spiritual universe. That's how they bring others into the spiritual universe, by their word. That's God's transcendental word. See, in the beginning was the Word was with God. The Word was, is, and always will be God. That word spoken by a devotee. That's when the devotee passes from this body, all of a sudden that word isn't spoken anymore. And who takes over? The glowworms, like the Radhanas and the Jagpatakas and all these guys who are wannabe gurus, man. They're name and famers, and that's your leaders, and that's why you stay dry without this kind of bhakti that's being distributed now. Anybody hearing me out there? Because if you do, you're very fortunate. That means Krishna will lead you to the best watering well, not to a dry well. You know, the Maya leads fools and rascals and people in illusion to dry wells. And then and then your gurus who are dry wells, they say, "Oh yeah, we got lots of water here. Yeah, we're crying schools without any crying going on. See, there's no real water in there. Oh yeah, we're Raganuga Bhakti, like the Narayan Raj group. We're Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotees. We're purebhakti.com, but it's not coming. It's a dry well. Where's the ecstatic devotion, man? Yeah. By their fruits they shall be known. I look at, hey, Narayan Raj, you're a dry well. Radhakund Babaji's, you're a dry well. Oh, Lord Chaitanya's Amazing Grace place here. Oh, this is where the water is. But we don't believe in the water. Too bad for you, man. Go back to snoozing. You've lost. You're losing. See? Whoever was looking for the water, we got to hold up, the pail and say, listen, man, here's the water. Drink some, drink some. Anybody want any real water? Shouting from the rooftops. We got to get on the rooftops, man. When the preaching of the Christians, just like Jesus, started with Jesus, he would go to an elevated place to preach. See? Because then you see the person is on a podium, that they're on an elevated place to preach. That you see the Bhagavatam is meant to be preached by a Jesus. The same thing. You sit on an elevated place to preach. But what do we got in Kali Yuga? We got these fuckers out here misrepresenting ISKCON. That's why it's a con now. It's not the real is. It's not the real is. As it is. They're misrepresenting Prabhupada. Johan's misrepresenting what he learned here because he never learned anything here. He was never a devotee and friend. That's what we got going here, man. That's what needs to be purified. See, this Bhagavad Purana propounds the highest truth, and you'll understand this highest truth when you hear the vibration from a person being used by the transcendental Krishna, not these demigods or demon principalities hiding the real Krishna. That's all Putana does. That's all Johan does. He's a servant of Putana and Kalya, and they hide the real Krishna. See? You listen here, you're going to get over Putana. You're going to get over Kalya. See? Because this is the real Bhagavan. This is the real truth. See? I'm trying to find defects in your preaching, but I find none. Well, that's good. Speaking of digital assets, there's a guy who is really understands his Bitcoin really good, and he did the same thing. He tried to find defects in Bitcoin because he wanted to see if this was really true. And that's one way. And the guy became such a proponent of Bitcoin, because he was looking for the defect. He couldn't find any. He couldn't, and he was very intelligent. He's like you. So you're trying to find defects in this preaching when you're using the right mood because you don't want to be tricked. You don't want to be lied to, right? That's intelligent. Intelligence is you don't want to be a blind believer. I don't want blind believers. I want people who become convinced honestly because they got an honest heart. They really want Krishna. They really want the truth, and so their way of going about it is correct that way. Isn't that amazing? See, this is pros. If you don't have the mercy, you can't think like that. All this cussing I'm doing, and he's saying, I'm trying to find a defect in your preaching. Can't find any. But, a person who is a real fault finder and not looking for the truth, they'll say, oh, I see so many defects in his preaching. Look at, he cursed, he cussed, he yelled, he screamed, he got angry. Look at all that. See? But that's a sign of sincerity because the Lord is removing that from you, from that problem, of being a fault finder. See, if you listen to the real devotees, see, like Johan, he finds faults in this preaching. See, Johan, you're following the path of Ramachandra Puri. Ramachandra Puri was a disciple of Madhavendra Puri, an ecstatic devotee. See, you're like him. I'll just put you in your place, or any of the people listening here. Maybe I'll save a soul because in Johan's association, you're in darkness, man. You're in big darkness. You're not saved. No, not at all, man. The principalities are going to punish you, and they are punishing you by not allowing you to understand these truths. Forgot what I was saying. What was I talking about? What was the last idea? They don't see the same in Nityananda and Advaita. Yeah, they're the real devotees, Nityananda and Advaita. Oh, fault finding. Yeah. Yeah, thank you there, Lalita. Fault finding. Yeah, so Ramachandra Puri found fault with his guru. You notice, Johan, you find fault with your guru. See? And it says Ramachandra Puri had this desire to be liberated. He desired liberation, salvation. See, that was a contamination. Because there you feel equal with all life, and you think, wow, this is it. And I'm also equal with Guru. And therefore he dared to instruct his Guru. So what does Johan do? He dares to instruct his guru. Am I not pointing out the truth that he can't point out these things that's in there? You read that and you'll see Krishna Das Kaviraj says, yeah, he dared to instruct his own guru. Johan dares to instruct his own guru because Ramachandra Puri had this Mayavadi bent. He wanted to be one with God and Guru. He wants to be on the same level. See, that wants equality with God and Guru. See, this is not real Vaishnava. See, so that's the qualities Johan has. That's why I identify this. See, you identify the demon. See, identify the demon. Therefore, there's some possibility that somebody will listen, maybe even him or his followers. See, he's following that path. Is that the preferred path? No, that's not the path of Ishvara Puri. Ishvara Puri was like a Lalita or Govinda. See, they're examples of the path of Ishvara Puri. That's why they became really lovers of Krishna, like they are. They have real love for Krishna because Ishvara Puri served his guru with love and devotion, dedication and commitment and surrender. See, and he became a real devotee, and Lord Chaitanya took initiation from him. See, Ramachandra Puri got the rebuke, just like Johan. You see, he's getting the rebuke of his guru. He says, go away. Lord Chaitanya said, oh, you're instructing your guru on Brahman. Oh, you're contaminated. Go away from me, you sinful person. You see, Gohari preaches the same thing. Oh, you're preaching Mayavadi in the name of Vaishnavism. Like this Ramachandra Puri. Get out of here, you sinful rascal, until you learn your lesson. See? So what path do you guys want to follow? The path of Ishvara Puri, and you'll get the love of God. See, Lord, you got Lalita and Govinda and others here, Fannies and others, that you're getting the real mercy, or you're an accumulation of the real mercy. See? You're following the Ishvara Puri path. And therefore, Lord Chaitanya took initiation not from Ramachandra Puri, from Ishvara Puri. Okay? That's the people. Who do you think? You don't think this is a revival of the same thing? Yeah, I'll tell you how it's a revival. Or the Lord showed me. See, I'm not keeping silent. I'm telling you. I don't follow the path of Freddie. Yeah. See, Lord Chaitanya took initiation. He was awakened by going to the real devotee who is a real recipient of the mercy of Guru and Krishna. See? Ishvara Puri, not Ramachandra Puri. See, you don't want the real mercy, you go to Johan, who is following the path of Ramachandra Puri. Have I not pointed it out? So you can all check it. It's in the book. See, if you identify the demons, then you can get free of them. So how does that work now? The same thing is happening now. This is why it's revival. See, the Lord, you jewels, the jewels come here. The sincere ones come here. And it's the Lord takes initiation in your heart. See, you become initiated. The Lord in your heart becomes initiated because he's with his real devotee who's got the real mercy here. And you become initiated, and the Lord becomes initiated in you. You notice the initiation phase. means your spiritual life is initiated. Krishna is born in you. Krishna, this is born again experience. Krishna is born in you. See? Krishna takes initiation from his real devotees who are sincere. That's why this is an exclusive club, isn't it? You notice? You, you've taken the clubbing here, and you're in the club. And you start clubbing the illusion too, like your guru does. See, the Lord comes here. That's why I say there's jewels here. The jewels come here. One by one they come. See, and the fake ones, they go to the Johans and the Iskons and all that. They're not real yet. They're not alive. If they want to become alive, they have to come to this preaching. They have to come into this association with real devotees, with real devotion, shown, demonstrated, everything here. Yeah. Okay. Time to come up. Who wants to come up here? We'll give you the link. You can always get the link from the previous classes too, by the way. Okay. It's always the same link to come up. Lalita. She's the most greedy. She's a lush. Give us a word, Lalita. What do you think? What are you thinking?
Oh, I, I think the music is still on, Maharaj.
Oh, really? Well, how
The
come
vote is
nobody's...
active, but you didn't react.
Oh,
And I think the sound on Facebook is still on here.
there we go.
Yeah. They can try to find fault in your preaching. They can try, if they are sincere, they won't find it. They won't find faults in your preaching, in your actions. They can talk bad about you uh, after your back, behind your back, as much as they want. It won't change anything. It is perfect. I love it so much, Gurmaraj. I love the shouting. I love the clarity. It's you're completely convinced about the truth, and the truth needs to be shouted because there is so much ignorance. There are so many lies. So you've got to be stronger than them. Oh,
You're
Fernando.
completely convinced about the truth, and the truth needs to be shouted. Because there is so much ignorance, there are so many lies. So you've got to be stronger than them.
Maybe it's Fernando who still has.
Hi.
Okay.
Because there is so much.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and if they try to find fault, okay, you want to see if this guru bona fide. Well, as you say all the time, the proof is in the pudding. The fact that you make us ecstatic and that we are getting mad from happiness by hearing your preaching, only by hearing that truth. I'm even not speaking about the prema that emanates from you. The proof is really here. It is by that is what the soul really desires. That's what making us so extremely happy. That's hearing that truth. Hearing truth of God means everything that we are part and parcel of Him. Means everything. This is our sound. This is where we want to be. This is our home, our life. Uh, yeah. Every day of preaching is so fantastic, Guru Maharaj. It's always, oh, it's our food, it's our drink, it's our life, it's our happiness. Give me more of that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Fernando, give us a word. Thank you, Lolita. Great class, by the way. This morning was fantastic. Unmute your mic there, Fernando. Lolita. Great class, by the way. This morning was fantastic.
Hi. There was time that I was not coming here, much time, and
Unmute your mic, Fernando.
unmute. Okay.
Great class, by the way. This morning. Fernando, Fernando, do you have two things on? Do you have two things on? Do you have two devices on?
And it was due.
Fernando, do you have two things on? Do you have two things on?
Let's me.
You have two devices. You might have Facebook. You might have Facebook on at the same time. Turn off Facebook. Turn off Facebook. Okay, now unmute your microphone on the.
Yes, it's okay. No, it's Facebook.
Yeah.
It was Facebook. Yes.
Okay, now on the.
Yes. Do you hear me? Yes, it's okay. No, it's Facebook. Yes, it was Facebook. It was due on my side to come here from some time because I'm getting so many things. Do you hear me? Yes, it's okay now.
Okay, there's still some echo. What is this echo coming from? Is anybody's mic on?
It was due on my side to come here from some time.
How about you, Tom? Is your mic on? No.
I'm getting so many things.
Okay.
So it's going fine here.
Yeah, but you're still echoing. Is there some kind of thing? Is there Facebook on somewhere? Can you check? How about you, Tom? Is your mic on? No. Okay.
It's going fine here.
Yeah, but you're still echoing. Is there some kind of thing on somewhere?
Yes. Maybe. Wait a moment. Let me see. Facebook is off. It's okay, no? Okay. Uh-oh. No, I don't hear anything. Wait.
We hear. You don't have to hear. You don't have to hear.
Okay. I know I hear also. Yes. Okay. Hi. It was on my side to come here in so much time because I'm getting so many things. It's working here. This is a wonderful process. I'm so happy and nothing. I wanted to show here to. Today I was especially I slept and was so grumpy. So I don't with ill-intentioned. I came here so ill-intentioned. Oh, this here. But I'm started to, at a certain point, I started to put my ears and here, so I'm trying to get wrong, but no, nothing is wrong. This is so nice. My mood changed completely. I even today even was to the something was changing inside. Something was going to happen. Was so wonderful today. Yes. When you started to, you were speaking so smoothly, and then changed to anger. And it was so fine. I liked it a lot. My mood changed completely today. And yes, this is wonderful. This process you are giving to the world is wonderful. The real of Lord Chaitanya. And these days I have been speaking with different people here at home and in internet, and they don't have conclusions. They only give express their understanding of books. They don't know what is this static mood, and without that there is nothing. They only their face is Buddha face. Nothing. So yes. This is wonderful. I'm so happy to have joined here and to get your association and Lalita and Govinda and Toma, all the devotees. It's so fine. I'm so happy. I see. I have I check how it is going when I chant my round. I still chant my bhajan japa, get my japa and chant at 7 in the afternoon. I chant my japa. It takes me so much time. One round is almost 2 hours. Before it was 1 hour, but now I chant Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and the Panchatattva, and take a lot of time chanting the names of Chaitanya as you do, and it always works. I always work. Those who live with me came here near, and they see, oh, he's crying. He's shouting. I don't understand. I'm becoming the elephant in the in the room here. So fine. This is wonderful. I was before I was with these things about shots and these things getting this resistance, but now I don't have any kind of resistance. I see you are giving me. You told me when I joined it that you were going to feed my spiritual body and you to develop it. I see that it is happening. So if I go and chant my japa, chant my things from that inner vision, whatever you say in the external platforming, I'm no more Fernando Rodriguez. I'm the person who is inside. So for the person who is inside, you are the guide, you are the reference, you are the one sent by God, by Radharani, by Krishna, and I accept you for fully, completely. It should be like that. It's so fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Bhagavad Gita 10:10. No. Where Krishna told Arjuna, when you become like a devotee and a disciple and friend, automatically you understand these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading the whole time. Before I was watching TV sometimes. I still watch Real Madrid football matches, but last times. But I'm only hearing you and Lalita and Govinda, and that's my life. Is what I do. It's so far I don't want anything else. I get things always continuously.
Yeah,
So
you know,
far.
when you come here regularly, what happens is you start to get a taste for the divine vibration, and you lose taste for anything else, you know, because everything is material still. The material vibrations that you hear from people under the modes of nature just become unattractive. You know, why?
Mm.
You know, by that's how you cease engagements from the higher taste, because you know this is more. It's God. It's God's God in this world. You know, again, from devotees with devotion, they bring God in the world. Without devotion, the world is empty and dry and really tasteless. There got to be devotion, you know. And so, for Vaishnavas, we're it. I haven't seen this anywhere where you're getting the you know the real dose. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to learn pronounce. I'm doing some course in internet to be able to speak in English. In the night, I'm sometimes when I finish my day, I have gotten that book, the Padya from Rupa Goswami, and I'm recording in front of the camera. I read and wait if if I have something to say, and this charges me a lot because I finish that I didn't knew that I knew, or that I never knew before. So I'm not using references of verses, astric, things like by this do, but I try to follow your way, or what Lalita shows how one have to speak. So I'm doing this alone here. I'm not publishing them, but it works for me. So I will get I when I start and when I finish, my face has changed completely. I feel static and so fine. So I'm trying to engage in these things in service as you follow on your way.
Yeah, you know, and these times when you're feeling like grumpy and you know, like not so inside, that's just dirt coming out, and there'll be more room for
Uh,
bhakti. Yeah. So
uh,
it's good. You know, it's those are important things. So there's no negative or positive about this. It's just purification.
uh,
And the more this time, you know, when you're feeling, it's not like what you think. You know, you think, oh, this is I'm not. You know, no, this is great stuff. Dirt is coming out. It's got to come out, and then more pure bhakti will come in, and you'll feel, and you'll just see this goes on. Could be for years. It doesn't matter because more bhakti will come in to fill that because the dirt is keeping the deeper bhakti from coming in. That's why Jesus said you can't put new wine in an old wineskin. It'll burst. So the old wine, the new wine comes in and lifts the dirt out. Exorcism. See, that's exorcism. That's why they call it demons coming out. Even demigod ideas and speculations come out. All these things. And then you start to more and more keep this bhakti with you, you know, and just you stay really close with Krishna. It's not the clouds coming up, you know. So it's a process, and you just stick with this for your whole life, and see, you know, it'll just gets less clouds, you know, more sun, you know. You know, it's great. It's really wonderful. It's rare, actually, because this doesn't happen for Vaishnavas. If they can figure out what's going on here, they're very lucky because they may have to wait lifetimes for this. Who knows? You know, it's not always available. Only, you know, only here in our sangha. And this is from personal experience. I've been to Vrindavan so many times. I've been in India, in Mayapur, and I looked around, and there's nothing like this. It's all in name only, practically. Everybody doing Vaishnavism just in name, without the deep feelings, of spontaneous devotion, awakening. Where they have to come here to get that.
Yesterday there was a devotee who lives in Radhakunda who published a text explaining how some technical things about Raganuga and those things that I wrote there and told them that this he was trying to explain some that one can practice Raganuga Bhakti getting the perfection and Anartha Nibriti and those things. So I brought him in the text that the best way is Kripa Siddha. Is the only way. I told him that the only those things you are speaking are after I know that devotee who is in Radhakunda because I met him in India 20 years ago. He was, but still doesn't know even the process, how it works. So I told him, this is because you are following sadhana. But if you follow Kripa Siddha, he told me, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, no, I'm following Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Rupa Goswami. And I started to search, trying to give a sastric explanation. So went to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT, can one, there is Kripa Siddha described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and there ChatGPT about these technical things, any computer program, artificial intelligence knows more than the Vaidis, the gurus of the Vaidis. You can, as the pujari that Govinda said yesterday, put a robot doing the puja, circles, know the contents of philosophy is available in artificial intelligence. You can get the answers there. So quickly it told Kripa Siddha is on Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's been watched in Prabhupada's books, and there were very little things about Kripa Siddha. So there I understand that what you are giving is so special because nobody related ever Kripa Siddha. It's not in you told me yesterday that it is an Lalita, but they don't know. They see Lalita and they don't understand that she is Kripa Siddha. She doesn't have to follow to present herself in the ways that the Vaidis do, or she have to know all those things that they do. They know traditional and sadhana because she is Kripa Siddha. And one devotee should know how to recognize a Kripa Siddha devotee. But it's new. It's new. The time I said that it is only you who is giving Kripa Siddha in the whole history of Vaishnavism.
This is the thing. Kripa Siddha is all over. It's in Bhagavad Gita. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
This is why Jesus became a savior, because he preached that Kripa, that how it works. If whoever believes in me and this message, he didn't give you the message of the Vaidi level of the Pharisees, which was full of speculations and rules and rituals and all of that stuff. He gave them the more intimate word. Just believe in my word, believe in this message. This is given to me by God. See, Bhagavad Gita 10:10, to those who worship Krishna with loving excellence. I give them the understanding. I give them the message. See? The message. So the message is what is the deeper message of all the scriptures is kripa, mercy, deliverance, savior, And so when you look at that in terms of all the books, look at Arjuna, example of getting kripa. He just, all he did was hear and believe. He said, and Krishna even said, because you're my devotee and disciple and friend, you are qualified to understand these deep things. So I'm going to tell you. But, unless you become a disciple and friend sincerely, you can't understand. Johann is a good example. Look, he doesn't understand our preaching because he's not like you, where you're becoming a disciple and a devotee and a friend. See? And then he never came to that point. He's not smart enough. He just doesn't have it in here to understand. So therefore, he's an example of not getting the mercy. And everybody like that. You ISKCON devotees and Gaudiya Smith, the same thing. You like that devotee, what's his name? It starts with an M, right? This devotee you're talking about.
Bangladesh.
Oh, okay. Well, there's another devotee like that. He's a disciple of Narayan Raj. And they also believe in sadhana siddha. See, and because Narayan Raj was teaching sadhana siddha, even though he would say about kripa, but sadhana siddha. As a matter of fact, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you don't get prema for many lifetimes." So he didn't have the ability or the word, or of God to give the kripa. See, so he couldn't do it. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And so it's very similar to when the great kings came to marry this wife, this daughter of a great king, and this great king he devised tests. He said, "Well, whoever could break this bow can win my daughter and subdue these bulls." Like this, break the bow and subdue the bull. So it's only Krishna who could do that. See, so he got the marriage woman, he got her. All these other kings could not do it. It's the same thing with this bhakti. The person who is the real leader, the real acharya, has to break that bow and do something that nobody else can do to cause this marriage. See, so that's why this is topmost place to be, just logically, because here you're getting real kripa that Narayan Raj couldn't. You see, these are great kings, right? These are Radhakund Babaji, same thing. My ex-wife doesn't have this, and anybody else I've seen doesn't have this. Narayan Raj disciples don't have this. ISKCON doesn't have this, but we broke the bow. See, we broke the bow and subdued the bulls of Putana, these demons. They're very ferocious, actually. Crocodiles, bulls, and all of that. We subdued that, and then bhakti is being given here. So this is where the real leadership is in our Sangha. I mean, that's just the truth. It's not. And so every, Narayan Raj included, they preach sadhana siddha. You chant your 1 lakh, you do all these rules and regulations, and only in name only do they talk about kripa, where purebhakti.com, but no pure bhakti's manifesting. See, here you got the word glorifying pure bhakti and kripa, as well as the deliverance of it. So where is God really working? Where's that transcendental God? Everything, God is everywhere, but where is the transcendental God? That's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what Lalita's looking for. Govinda's, where's the transcendental Lord? Well, he's here. We prove it every day. Well, we don't believe. That's the problem. You believed in gurus who couldn't break the bow and subdue the bulls. We have. We prove it. And Jesus said the same thing. He said that when a strong man ties up this Maya, then you're delivered, man, because if you come here, you get deliverance, because the Lord can only use somebody like that. It's always the same message, man. Madhavinda Puri gave love of God to sincere people like Ishvara Puri. All Ishvara Puri did was love his guru, man, and serve his guru sincerely. Didn't do any big sadhanas or anything. His deliverance was based on his affection and his love for his guru. What do you think Lalita is preaching all the time in Govinda? Their love for their guru, it delivered them. That's Kripa Sindhu. Hey, can't you fucking hear us? Why do I have to shout like this all the time? Why do I have to do this? Why can't you listen, you fuckers out there? You block, you earwax is all over, you know. Give me my fucking thing and let me tool and let's get that earwax out. What is so fucking hard to understand, man? Can't you see what is obvious? You know? Yeah, that's because you're blind fucks. Yeah, so it's that simple, man. Kripa is here. Kripa is being distributed. Kripa is, and the witnesses are all saying, even like Fernando saying, yeah, man, it works, man. This is a, see, and now you open your mouth, you preach a little bit about it, and people get to think, you know, they think a little bit like, really? It's, boy, our gurus like Narayan Raj are preaching sadhana siddha. And, you know, and all of that. And they still haven't gotten siddha. There's no siddha, you know. They're just sitting on their ass, not doing anything, man. A lot of siddha, you know, sitting, you know, doing nothing. Twiddling their thumbs. You know, Hare Krishna, let's see verses. Let's see. Oh, Shuddha Bhakti, no Shuddha Bhakti, but Shuddha Bhakti. Yeah, let me speculate on Shuddha Bhakti, even though I don't have it, but I love to talk about it and impress people. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Whoa, wasn't that an impressive verse? Yeah, oh, I believe in you. I'm a blind follower. Oh, wow, you recited some impressive verses with no bhakti. Wow, that is Krishna conscious. You know, that's what I learned from Narayan Raj and Radhakund Babaji's, how to recite verses without any bhakti. Come on, man, wake up, sleeping soul, Jeev Jaga, for God's sakes, man. You know, what is this bullshit being preached? You know, purebhakti.com with no pure bhakti coming after all these years in the Narayan Raj thing, man. I notice even used to preach, he says, you know, it's very hard, you know, this path, and, you know, we lose a lot of people, you know, and they do, man. You start leaving these groups because after a while you get no taste from them. They can't give you any taste. They're like nipples on a goat, you know, and all they do is give you lots of rules and lots of regulations to follow, you know, and yeah. And it's very slow progress. I mean, maybe you make a little something. You made it to Vaidhi, okay, and then you practice austerities. Maybe you get into mode of goodness. I think you got a little bit there, and you start to feel like, wow, I feel something. I feel a little elevated from some austerities, but that's not it yet. See, look at Fanny there, Fernando. Look at Fanny. Look at her. What she says. You know this. Wow, you know, I feel all of this and this is that, you know, and what kind of sadhana siddha did she do? All she does is have faith in her guru, man. It's always the same thing when you're delivered by the word, the confidential truths spoken by the real guru. When that's coming, it didn't come through Prabhupada, just put it in his books. Didn't come through Bhakti Siddhanta. Just lots of rules and regulations, put it in their books. Bhakti Vinod, lots. Oh boys, there's a lot of stuff. Raga, a lot of raga in his book, but, you know, kept it for himself. That's why he wrote so much. He was writing, you know, he had to express himself, for God's sakes, man. You know what it is for a devotee that has real bhakti? They have to express them. That's why Prabhupada's writing was more important than anything to him, because devotee must express somehow. Bhakti Vinod was even more, because he was really like boo, you know, didn't say nothing about this externally, just rules, regulations, all that externally, but writing all these esoteric, loving relationships between his soul and Krishna. He had to express himself. But see, people don't understand. You know, they don't understand. Even Bhakti Siddhanta said to the disciples of Bhakti Vinod, he said, you don't understand my father. You need to hear these things from me. And Prabhupada said, hey, my guru wrote these books for me. See? And isn't it this? It's always like that. There's one or few disciples who understand the real intentions of of the disciplic line very deeply, and those books are for them to distribute, because they're Bhagavad Gita 10:10. They worship the Lord with mature ecstatic devotion, and then they can deliver that. It's very important. Okay, great, Fernando. Thank you. And Govinda, give us a word. I got a little bit, and I talk too much.
Awesome. Awesome. So sweet to see, Fernando. Thank you, man. I really like that you're interacting with devotees and sharing them about our Sangha. That makes me really happy and affectionate towards you. Thank you for
Hey, getting the mercy, Fernando.
thank you for all your help. I love your chanting. I was listening to it last night and I was going to bed thinking, man, because I like the way it made me laugh. You said takes you an hour to chant around. I know that. I feel that because I was thinking the way you chant is so nice and slow. I was thinking what nice music, really slow, flute, cello, violin could I put to it that's kind of, or maybe goes up with when you up and then comes down. It's so beautiful, man. Beautiful chanting. I really love it. So I like to do that for my own pleasure and then share it out. I get how you just said, devotees have to express themselves, and there's so much. I mean, I'm just overflowing. I used to have a gallery. I've got a gallery of 8,000 photos. Now it's becoming like little different mixes. It's becoming the same, And I see that with Prahlad when I'm stay with him. He'll pull out things from the 1980s, like, a bit not as devotional as Krishna consciousness, but there's something there. And it's like, what's this? I get like that stuff I recorded 2 days ago. What's this? Oh, I put an effect on it. I don't know what it is. And it's just like, anyway, thank you. Thank you to all the lovely devotees standing up. Nice to see you, Fernando. I'll leave it at that. Thanks, Guru Maharaj. It's awesome. Beautiful.
Tom, you're on stage, man.
Okay, thank you, thank all of you. I wrote I wrote so much of what you said. It's all so elevating, so helpful. I don't know where to start. Oh my god. It's so great. Every word you say, and I'm doing these Govinda calls them bullet points. Yes, so I download your class, your video, then I upload it and I add some highlights or points. But it's so much now. So where to start? Oh yeah. I just start somewhere. Devotees must express. What I feel is all these listeners, they have to start somewhere. But like Johan, it, it's it's um, it's obvious for me that he gets stuck in his own opinion at a certain moment, and he's not open for your words. And I also remembered one time he advised me, yes, you should do that to advance. And then you said, no, Tom, it's good for Tom to just stick to the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and then the rest comes naturally, you said. So to make this advancement, this progress, more effective, efficient, more functional, it's very, very important to listen to this guru, to Srila Gaura Das. And the false ego can come into it and be an obstacle, like the wax. Yes, it stops you from listening to this vibration, to this quality. But this is the real progress. Yes, just to listen and to be receptive for this vibration, for this groove. This otherwise you get stuck, and you can mislead. That's also when the false ego comes in. You you don't want to accept this, but you go in the rebellious mode, yes, and then you even can make things worse and lead lead persons to to a path that doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
They
it's
lead to more problems.
yeah, it's like the when you listen to persons that are against the conclusion, and even though they say they got the right conclusion, doesn't matter. They're not purified. Like if you go, like a little heavy on some devotees, they go to these different gurus too. They go to Muchi and then they come here, and they think it's the same. But that's the contamination. It's like you can't really understand what's going on here if you believe in both paths. What he's doing, he's just naturally on his path, he's against real bhakti. You know, and so you listen to that vibration. Same thing with Johann. You go and listen there, even though in the name of some higher consciousness, there's that lack of purification, and you associate intimately with these things, or ISKCON gurus, or anything like that. You're associating with a vibration that is against this intimacy with God, and so you don't understand, because that's I judge by deeds. Oh, you're going to Muji and you're coming here and you think that is good? No, it's not good. Not for if you want to progress, because you won't understand what's going on here. You're like a prostitute. It's like, oh yeah, I'll go to this guru and this guru, and I'm back and forth. Or I'll go to Johann and then come here also. And that's an obstacle. I'm going to tell you too. And if you don't believe me, then you're like them. They believe in their own speculations. See, and that's all you're doing is feeding that anartha. That's why I'm trying to help that disciple devotee who likes what we're doing, but she wants to go to that Muchi guy and become Muchi. Muchi means unclean. And she won't understand what we're doing, because you only when you become a real disciple of the real truth that we're representing Krishna and Krishna's transcendental form, the real form of pure ecstatic devotion. And how are you going to understand that thinking this is equating the same thing? That's like Johann, he believes in his idea. So I'm going to preach this, and that's the purification. Because if she thinks, well, I ain't coming there anymore, okay, well, fine. That's the idea. That's the contamination, is thinking all about the real path and all that stuff. No, the real path is in the example of real devotees. Look at the Ishvarapur. He had one guru. He loved that guru, and he became self-realized to the point of initiating even Lord Chaitanya. That's the path. If you don't follow that path, you're off, man. You're Ramachandra. See, Ramachandra showed a Johann path. So, see, that's what he did. He wanted to teach his guru. It says right there, he wanted to instruct his guru. What does Johann want to do? Instruct me, right? He's better than me. He's got a better concept than me, better understanding of Krishna. He follows the scriptures, and Gohari doesn't. I'm honest with you, my ex-wife left because of the same thing. She says Narayan Raj follows the scriptures, and Gohari's not so, he's just kick back guy, So that's what people believe. They believe in Vaidhi. See, all of them, they believe in some Vaidhi ideas. The same thing Mahaviri, he left here and Meena too. Oh no, we believe in Prabhu and the scriptures, and Gohari is just this, who knows what he is? Nobody knows. Well, they don't know, because they're not disciples and friends. Meena was sort of, maybe she'll come back. I have some more, like before she dies, let's see. But she, she was kind of getting it, sort of, right? Yeah. Mahavira was too. My ex-wife, but they fell on their face. But Krishna holds all that for, and they probably won't figure it out in this lifetime, but who knows? And if they don't, Krishna he's our store of wealth, right? Whatever we store in his wealth and whatever service, like Nina did a lot of service. It was great, Mahavira too, he wrote these great songs. So, the Lord holds that for them. Yeah. And that's the beauty of serving Krishna. It's a permanent store of wealth. All the wealth we accumulate, we may fall on our faces in this life sometimes, but it'll keep. I mean, I did. Every time I came back, I was amazed. It's like, I left for Mayavadi path. I tried this. I went back to Jesus 4 or 5 times, rejected Krishna. And when I came back, it was like I started from where I left off. It was great. It was amazing, Yeah. So, go ahead, Tom. What else?
I have to keep thinking about this pastime where the people around Ramachandra, around Rama, they wanted to lift the bow, and they all had their motivations, different motivations, but it was only Sita who could lift the bow. She had the real qualification to come near Rama and
Lift the bow. What do you mean lift the bow?
yeah, the story about the bow.
I haven't read the pastimes so much of Ram, but
Well,
yeah, okay.
So Sita, she had the right qualification to come in contact with Rama, and not the other persons. They had a different motivation. It's the same. Like you need the bhakti like Radha to reach Krishna. Otherwise, if you have another motivation, like something out of the mode of goodness or another mode of nature, you cannot reach the the bhakti, the functional flow, and you cannot come into this functional. Whoa! Oh my god! Now I'm getting hot.
Yeah, you got to follow the process to get that. You have to be a disciple of a real associate of Lord Chaitanya to even understand such things, because this is from out of this world. Bhagavatam is not from this world. It's about the spiritual dimension, and only a devotee can communicate that spiritual dimension in this world. Otherwise, you get a slanted version, a contaminated version, Kalya-like version. And that doesn't elevate you to the transcendental platform. Speculation doesn't do it. You got to hear the real word of God coming through his real intimate associate. There's no other way, to really. That's why preaching sadhana siddha is ridiculous, and that's all people could do, because see, they haven't achieved the real mercy of the Lord, so they can't preach it. See, Lalita and Govinda can preach sadhana, bhakti kripa, bhakti what do you call kripa siddha, perfection by mercy, because they're recipients of that mercy. Just like the apostles could preach the mercy, the kripa siddha, becoming perfect by faith in Jesus. And people got the Holy Spirit. They couldn't do their rules and regulations to get it, like the Pharisees, just like ISKCON and all these groups. They can't get this mercy by doing all their rules and regulations. But if they come to the word of the Lord, the transcendental word and message, the good news, the transcendental news from the devotee, you easily get it. See? This is what the world has to figure out, and we got to help them a little bit. Otherwise, they'll never figure it out.
Yeah, here you can see they are really fortunate. Yeah, I looked into the meaning of the word Bhagavat and Bhagavan. It means fortunate. The only really fortune is here. So they are fortunate. They are the examples. They are the path also.
Well, actually, Lalita is a living example of good fortune. Govinda is an example of good fortune. See, we
Exactly.
need living examples, not just in the book. See, need shows that this works, that the real Acharya is actually working here. The real Acharya is the line, the real line. And the real line is saying, okay, you got the rules and regulations, time for Kripa, time for it to be elevated to the love of Krishna by the mercy and the word of God coming through the real associate. Okay? And so the word is not rules, regulations, and a Moses trip. It's a Jesus trip, and better and more. I have more to tell you, he said, but you can't bear it. Well, that's why, see, Krishna came and preached about Krishna's blue, and he's like this in Vrindavan and all that, and get people comfortable with the more. See, and now we're here to show people the more. Hey, experience the more now. Not just in name only, right? I'm a purebhakti.com without any pure bhakti coming. See, we're Kripa Siddhas, but we don't give out that Kripa. I'm sorry, no Kripa for you, but we'll talk about it. Oh, Sudha Bhakti, Kripa, but here's a bunch of rules. That's all we can really do, See, here it is what it is. Kripa is here, Kripa is distributed. We have proof is in the pudding, man. A lot of pudding here, so come eat. See, everybody likes sweets, right? I put honey in my cottage cheese.
All they can give is all they can deliver is the speculative path on the speculative level, and here it's practical, the real thing, the real substance. They cannot reach that level. They are not. Sorry, what do you say, Ladita?
It is not reaching. It is not attaining. It is a gift. It is receiving. It's about that.
Remember, Jesus said, those who have faith in me, all their sins are forgiven. That's the same thing. Lord Chaitanya said the same. Those who have faith in me will not be destroyed. Okay?
And the only sin is not believing in me. The me meaning you.
Well, when you have a real representative of Lord Chaitanya and Jesus Christ and all that, then if you do believe in them, if you listen to their preaching and it touches you and you come to the point of faith, then you see the wonderful result, love of God. So proof is in the pudding. Look how many people have faith in Narayana. A lot of people believe in him. I mean, with their heart, they've given everything. No bhakti, no ecstatic devotion. See, it depends on who you have faith in. If you have a real faith in the real recipient of the mercy of the Lord, preaching Raganuga, the confidential message, it'll be the real message, not the fake out. See, the real message is not double think and split tongue. Oh yeah, we're Raganuga, but we don't give it out. See, that's hypocrisy, man. Yeah, I'm a spontaneous devotee. See how spontaneous I am? No, I haven't seen, but I see you must be holding it back. Let me fantasize. Wow, he's such an ecstatic, intimate associate of the Lord. I haven't seen anything, but he's sure holding it back. I believe in that. Well, so if that's transmittable, where is it? It's not, there's that hypocrisy. This is why I can't tell you, you Narayan Raj devotees need to understand the hypocrisy in what you believe. How dare you? And you do dare. But now on my watch, I'm going to tell you, how foolish you are. You go and right on the purebhakti.com website, you go there and you see the spiritual teachers are not acharyas. The acharyas is Narayan Raj. And your spiritual teachers, it says right there, spiritual teachers. See? How dare you, if Narayan Raj were a real acharya, see, he's the one who takes disciples. But why the fuck are you taking disciples? Why the fuck? And what? How come you are not acharyas? How come you're not like him taking disciples? Why are you something else? Why it's always got to be something else? That's fucking hypocrisy, man. Complete hypocrisy. You know, you got people worshiping you and you're no better than them. You got no ecstatic devotion. They got no ecstatic devotion. You're blind because devotion is the real eye of understanding and transcendental knowledge. You don't got it. Your disciples don't got it. You're on the same fucking level, man. And to worship you is idolatry. And that's the fucking truth, man. It is pure and simple truth that you are idolaters. And you're preaching idolatry, ISKCON, Gaudiya Smriti, and Gaudiya Math, and all of you are idolaters. That's why even Christians who have the Spirit of Christ in them say these guys are false persons. They preach the false God. The false God is without devotion. Jesus had devotion. Lord Chaitanya had devotion. Nityananda had devotion. And Prabhupada had the devotion, even though he may not have showed it. But he was honest. He preached Vaidhi Bhakti. He didn't tell he was preaching Raganuga Bhakti. I'm preaching Vaidhi Bhakti. You work for Krishna. You work your fucking ass off on this mission. And then you'll make some progress. He's honest. Okay? We're preaching Raganuga Bhakti. We prove it, we show it, we demonstrate it, and you don't believe it because you're fucking contaminated, you dirty scumbag.
I'm still falling now and then for these people without devotion, simply like a doctor. Yes, he says, yeah, now you have to take that pill, and then but they every time I experience, I fell for this trap again, and I tried to give them some space. Yeah, let me follow them, but it never works. And yeah, I came in that sense. I came back 10 times here already. Just
Like to
trying
fall
out
in love now.
give them a chance. Yeah, give them a chance. Let's see where it goes. But they never, yeah, they don't have this quality, this devotion.
But you
This
lost faith in Christina's apostleship?
um. I was very critical from the first moment. Let me say, I but I gave her many times. I give her a chance. Let's see where it goes. Let's see where it goes.
Let's see where it goes. Nowhere.
Yes, exactly. It's but maybe it's my karma to try out everything and then come back. It's
Don't
Yeah.
very
associate there,
it's
Tom.
sorry.
Don't take association there. It's
No,
poison.
but I already didn't see
He,
her for
he
years
figured that
now.
out finally. That's good.
Yeah,
Whatever it takes, you know. His destiny is his
but
destiny.
then another thing pops up, like I feel I'm getting tired, so I go to a doctor. But the doctor, they they don't. There's no
And they just
substance
take.
there,
Yeah, yeah,
no progress.
yeah.
It's like this beautiful quote. If you don't stick to anything, you fall for everything. And I'm experiencing that over and over again. So it's all like you also said. It um it's all about this gaining faith, more faith in this than in all the modes of nature and all the other approaches.
Mhm.
They cannot the quality here that's alive here is not there. It's not alive there. The living force is here.
Yeah, I mean, see, the living force is real bhakti, man. You know, without that, there's no living force really. I mean, you know, your living force is the modes. You know, see, it's the force of the modes is like motivating you, pushing you to do things in the modes, whatever it is. It could be goodness, it's pushing you because you develop that. You get a habit, you know, of doing rules, regulations, fastings, and all of that. And it's the force, it's higher than it puts you in a higher mode of nature, but it's still not transcendental. This is the main teaching here. Is transcendental. I mean, you know, this is even in the Sangha, there are devotees here that are really still attached to this mode of goodness. They just can't give it up, man. You know, I finally just say, well, you know, they're going to get it when they get it. And it's usually like Tom's path. You know, they got to keep doing it, keep getting fucked by these people jerking them around. You know,
Keep falling on the
because
face. Yes.
yeah, you know, they believe, you know, and yeah, so you keep falling from it. And after a while, maybe you start getting it. So I've kind of accepted that with some devotees. They just can't give it up. It's just, well, at least they're doing service, you know, at least they're helping out. If you can do that. So, you know, because if people can just stay in the game by serving the devotees, you know, if Johan was serving, he could stay in even in that way. If I saw he was really serving and doing, not going, you know, if he did some service, then he would do it. Otherwise, he's just all he can be is a protector from the real Dom, from the profane, because he's serving that way. But if he wanted to serve, you can if you can be at any level. That's why Prabhupada he would keep people that were even what do you call it, offensive if they would continue serving. You know, if they would continue serving the mission. You know, and that works here too. You don't have to be elevated and perfect, but just keep serving it. You know, serving the mission, and you'll stay around and get your lessons, and you'll in due course you're in a like accumulation phase, you know, and learning phase, and then eventually you'll get this bhakti. You know, just you know, stay in the game, keep serving, don't stop serving. You know,
You make it
also
so.
hearing. Yeah,
Yeah,
also hearing, but also, yeah, don't worry. Also hearing, but also doing service physically in this world. Just like bhakti is expressed here in this world, your service needs to be expressed here in the world. Otherwise, you'll fall away. That's why Prabhupada's secret, you know, why he dealt with people really low levels. Bhakti Siddhanta also. But he kept them engaged in service. They were willing to do that, you know. And make some progress. Go ahead, Tom. What?
Yes, everything is so solid. You say it's so true. When I look up the word profane, yes, it literally means out of the temple. Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
an outsider. Yeah, and then you talked about the same words, out of the temple. It it's so it's I don't know how it's possible, but it's so solid. Everything you say, it's so comprehend. Or what does it mean? I don't know the word. It's so it sticks to each other. It's one solid um, substance. One solid devotion that and it the other ones they cannot touch this.
yeah. Yeah,
This
well, you
is
know, it's like you say that it's in, see, this is inside the temple. Inside the temple. We bring it outside, what's inside. Make the inner the outer. See, that has to be done. Otherwise, you don't know the full nature of God. The only way we can is by the expression of that God in this world. That's our secret weapon. That's why when the devotees chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion outside, bringing it out, then real purification happens. That's, when Narayan Raj devotees and ISKCON devotees go against us, the Vaidis or Johan, this is a symptom of purification. Otherwise, it doesn't go on. I mean, it goes on, but there's no purification. The Johans and these wannabe gurus will go on. And then the next generation, nobody could name it. See, we name these things and prove it like the books. See, the conclusions and our experiences. So we name what these are, and then you can get over those names, because those names are motivating people in this world. The Putana, they haven't named it. See, it's not clear. I told you the thing with the Catholic priests. They know if they can name the demon, you can get rid of them. If you can't name the demon, you can't name them, you can't distinguish them, they stay, and they continue to motivate you. See, Johan may not understand what I'm talking about, but everybody's got those demons to confront. You got a Putana inside. You got a Kalya inside, a speculator. You got the false devotee there trying to imitate sometimes. That's what many of the leaders have done. They want to imitate the highest devotee, like Radha and Krishna, and their intimate associate. See, that's an imitation. You got to name that demon. See? Okay, well, where is this Raganuga that you're preaching here? That's a demon. That's Putana. She's acting as a false devotee. A real devotee preaching Raganuga Bhakti is going to awake some bhakti in somebody. Some of his disciples, they'll attract some disciples that are elevated because they're looking for this. Lalita was looking for this. Govinda was. You, Fernando, and Bhakti Tom, you're looking for this. Therefore you found it. Seek and ye shall find. That's why we only get the jewels here. You notice? We get the jewels. The person seek and they will find. They're seeking God, right? Fanny, obviously in her heart, was seeking God. Amy seeking God. Others seeking God. And the more purified your heart is, where you seek God for God's sake, especially yours and mine, then the result usually comes quicker, because it's, blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. Be quicker. Even with a contaminated heart, you just sit here and you just listen and get purified and do some service. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Yes, somebody has to point out, wake up, you're sucking the nipples of a goat.
Yeah. You need a Kora Haridas or somebody in that mood, following in the footsteps that pointed out. Like Lalita now. I love what she said the other day. I talked about this guy, a Narayan Raj guy coming around. And she says, "Oh, give me his name. I'm itching to preach, man. I'm itching. I'm itching to deal with this." Okay, let's take a little break here. It's been 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hours already. Okay. We got it. Fernando, he's got work to do around the farm, man. He's got to probably dig some ditches and get some grapes, make some wine. Right? You can't hear. That's better. You didn't hear.
Can hear fine.
Oh, you can. Okay. Okay. All right, man. So we'll see you guys in a little while. I feel inspired today, Krishna. I had a little dry day yesterday, but it came through again. Wet my whistle. I'm good for the day now. I'm good. I can live in this God-forsaken world of illusion. All right, man. I'll see you blissful bunnies later.